I got a fun book for you to read today. It's called The Big East Inside the Most Entertaining and Influential Conference in College Basketball History. It's written by Dana O'Neill. This is a senior writer at The Athletic. This book was fascinating. I'm not even a wasn't even a fan of the Big East. I don't like UConn. Syracuse is Georgetown. The Catholic schools. I'm a Baptist boy from East Tennessee. But this book, let me tell you something, makes me realize just what all the Big East was. Have I seen some of the games that is covered in the book? Sure. You know, they were fascinating. And we're going to get into this book a little bit here. But let me tell you, you need to read it if you get a chance. It really is one of those books that when you get done with it, you're like, wow, I didn't know it. Especially if you're a basketball fan. Doesn't matter if it's pro or college. This is a really good book. So let's get in this book a little bit here. And also hit like and subscribe if you like this sort of thing.
Hey folks, this is Paul with Redneck Sports. I want to thank you for viewing my video, and I want to give you one thought process. There was a famous coach at the University of Tennessee by the name of General Robert Neyland. He had 6 maxims, but number 2 maxim is what everybody should apply to their life. Play for and make the breaks. When one comes your way, score. That's how to live your life right there.
So I was not aware of this. The Big East started pretty much about the same time the ESPN did. And the two of them worked together to become what they became. Then throw in, as a Tennessee fan, that Rick Barnes was a valuable early coach, even though they don't really go into him. They mostly just cover those that won the national championship or got way deep into it. But, this is one of those leagues that had so many valuable things for college basketball. Not just for the Big East, but you take a look at Chris Mullins playing there, big name in pro basketball. Most people don't know about him nowadays unless you're a little bit older. But it talks about coaches like John Thompson and Lou Carnsega, and I probably butchered that man's name, but well, you expect it from me. I'm not an AI. I don't know how to pronounce these words all the time correctly. But talking about how Patrick Ewing was so valuable to getting the league to where it got started getting noticed. This covers everything. And it's one heck of a read, let me tell you. You know, you get to find out about Rick Pitino. You get to find out about players like I've already covered, Allen Iverson and Allen. Now, I'm not so much on to the whole UConn thing. They cover UConn in here. I'm not a fan of UConn, but teach their own. But Big 12 is one of those conferences that people should pay attention to, especially if you love college basketball. It's one of those leagues that are conferences that people ignore unless you're into football because, well, it was the anti-football conference. And I love me some college football, but I don't mind hearing about the basketball history, especially when it's like this, where they cover what was going on behind the scenes. May not do play by play of the games, but well worth the read. Now I'm going to say this. I happened to really be getting into basketball history the past few years. Not just because some of it's considered my lifetime, but the Big East, it wasn't a bad league. I know it still exists, but the original iteration of it wasn't a bad league at all. It was something that you want to pay attention to. Why? Because they were playing everything at a higher level. So what Dana O'Neill has done with this book is well worth picking it up. Like I said, I picked it up, wasn't really interested in it so much other than that it's basketball history. And I got really invested in the book. It took me not long at all to read the book, and I learned so much about the Big East. Learned a little bit about ESPN. There's some things about ESPN I ain't such a big fan of now, but I learned so much about ESPN. This really is something that if you get a chance, you'll enjoy. This has been Paul with Redneck Sports. Y'all have a good day now. Bye.
I want to thank you for watching my video. And if you like what you saw, like, subscribe, and comment. Y'all have a good day now.